In the language of astrology, what does Saturn symbolize? Saturn. We observe it traveling around Earth as long with all the other planets in the path that the sun demarcates, the zodiac, or in astronomical terms, the ecliptic, the path that the sun appears to travel around Earth. Here we are on Earth. And of course we can see the planets that appear to travel around us as well. Saturn takes almost 30 years to orbit the sun once, and therefore it appears to orbit us once every 30 years. Saturn, in this ancient language of astrology, symbolizes structure, the edge, structural systems. Saturn symbolizes time itself. It has been referred to as old man time or father time. Old things and old people are Saturnine. Saturn symbolizes your bones, your teeth, your joints, the skeleton of the physical body. And time itself. It's a conservative, traditional, practical, efficient planet at best, and a very restrictive, karmic planet at worst. Saturn symbolizes structures and symbols and all of those in our life, starting with our own body. The principle of contraction is a Saturn thing, just as principle of expansion is a Jupiter thing. Saturn and Jupiter are considered two sides of the coin. The principle of extraction, the principle of contraction, expansion and contraction. Saturn is contraction. It's discipline, it's sensibleness, it's practicality, it's focus on efficient, practical, material reality. Saturn is the planet that is considered the ruler of the sign Capricorn. Each sign has a planet that is considered the ruler of that sign. They have a great deal in common. Saturn is very much of the nature of Capricorn. So Saturn's associated with sign Capricorn and the 10th house. It symbolizes one's father, stepfather, grandfather, teacher, government, the older, serious element of our lives. These are the Saturn people. So Saturn symbolizes in this language the father, patriarchy, and since in ancient times, even until relatively recent times, one's father's financial situation and his position in the community, these dictated the reputational position of every member of the family. So Saturn symbolizes the group, the tribe, the family you belong to. And it symbolizes your public reputation, your community reputation. It is also the planet of karma. Time and karma being totally interlinked. Karma is simply our actions coming back to us in time. So with the karmic time cycle, we see karmic circumstances returning, life to life. So Saturn is the planet of karma. So where was Saturn in the birth chart? Which house? Which sign? These tell a story. They tell us about the inherent nature of the individual and the inherent karmic experience that will be attached to this incarnation. So say we have someone with Saturn in the 9th house, or let's say we've got Saturn with someone in the 2nd house, the financial house. Well, we observe transiting Saturn, slowly traveling around, through the zodiac, taking 28.5 years to return to where it starts. And that's a very important time. When Saturn returns to where it started from at the age of 28.5, at the age of 58.5, and then again at 98.5, if you live that long. You experience the Saturn return, and it's like a universal birthday where one's structures in one's life, one's job, one's marriage, one's physical body, one's family, all of the structures in one's life become focused upon in a very big way, either in terms of building and committing to them, or in the issue that they may have problems and you're having to deal with them. But depending on what house Saturn was in at birth, the issues are usually connected to the things of the house that Saturn is transiting through. And that's the point and the benefit of observing transiting Saturn, where it is traveling at present in your birth chart, if you happen to be lucky enough to have your birth chart. An accurate document, you can track Saturn's movements through your chart, taking up to 3 years to go through each house, drawing your attention to the things of that house as it transits slowly through. And if you were born with a birth Saturn that was very favorably aspecting the other houses, the other planets, if birth Saturn was well aspected, if it was trining or sextiling the other planets, or the sun and the moon, then your karmic circumstances that travel from house to house throughout your life are usually not that difficult. It will bring focus on your life structures, usually in a constructive way. Whereas if you were born with a birth Saturn that has squares and oppositions with the sun and with the moon and the other planets, then transiting Saturn may be more inclined to bring in some challenging karma, some difficult circumstances. If one knows where Saturn is traveling and can be voluntarily self-disciplined with the things of that house, there's usually no problems. But it's a time when that is required in working with the energy. So transiting Saturn draws attention to the stuff of the house that it's transiting slowly through. The benefit of having your chart and knowing where Saturn is. It was considered to be a very, very difficult and problematic planet in olden times. No one really looks forward to seeing Saturn move into certain places in the chart. Saturn can bring in some difficulty. That's its job. It brings in restriction. And that's like a girdle, the old-fashioned term, an old-fashioned item. It's like a voluntary bringing in for the purpose of discipline and the purpose of growth in structure. And again, it's related to character building. The educational value of limitations and pain. That's what's transiting Saturn and the birth Saturn. Saturn in any way used in astrology in this symbolic language, that's what Saturn's all about. Bones, teeth, joints, time, karma, restriction, either voluntary or not. Saturn.